It happened at the tomb of the unknown soldier, one of the most sacred, silent places in the country. Visitors whispered, camera shutters clicked softly, and the rhythmic footsteps of the tomb guard echoed like a heartbeat across the marble. Then, a sound shattered everything. Freeze! Gasps exploded from the crowd as an FBI agent, badge flashing, sweat dripping, raised his Glock and aimed it directly at the tomb guard on duty. The guard didn't flinch. He didn't blink. He didn't even shift. He simply leveled his eyes at the agent with the same unshakable composure the tomb sentinels were trained for. People screamed. A mother dropped to her knees, shielding her child. Phones flew into the air, recording the impossible. The agent stepped closer, voice trembling but loud. "You're coming with me, now." The tomb guard finally spoke, his voice low and steady, the kind of calm that made the hair on your neck rise. "You have made a grave mistake, agent." The agent tightened his grip. And then, from the far side of the plaza, a faint rustling sounded. To the untrained eye, it was nothing. To those who recognized it, it meant everything. Footsteps, dozens of them, heavy, purposeful, synchronized. The agent turned, and 30 seconds later, a full Navy SEAL quick reaction team emerged from the shadows and surrounded him. Weapons drawn, eyes cold, every angle covered. The crowd froze. The tomb guard stood unshaken, and the agent realized, too late, he had pointed his weapon at the one person you never threaten on that ground. The FBI agent's breath hitched as the SEALs tightened their perimeter. 8 operators, full kit, movements surgical, no wasted motion. Their leader, Lieutenant Commander Hayes, stepped forward, his voice calm but edged with steel. "Agent, lower your weapon." The agent didn't obey. His eyes darted from one SEAL to another, panic flickering beneath a mask of authority. "This is federal jurisdiction. You have no idea what you're interfering with." Hayes didn't blink. "You pointed a gun at a tomb guard? On this ground, that makes it our problem." A ripple of tension went through the crowd. Some recorded, others watched in horrified awe. The tomb guard remained motionless, rifle at his shoulder, chin lifted, discipline carved into every muscle. To him, this wasn't chaos. It was just another moment to stand firm. The agent took a shaky step back, gun still trained on the sentinel. "He's not who you think he is. He's compromised. I have intel." Hayes cut him off. "You're done talking." But the agent's voice rose, cracking under pressure. "This guard is part of a covert breach in national security. I'm the only one who knows." The claim hung in the air like smoke. Even the tomb guard blinked once, emotionless but not indifferent. Hayes raised a hand, signaling his team to hold. "Then prove it," he said quietly, "because right now it looks like you're about to start a war on the most sacred ground in America." The agent hesitated. His hand shook, and that single tremor told the SEAL commander everything. The FBI agent's shoulders slumped, not in surrender, but in exhaustion. He looked like a man who hadn't slept in days, who had been running from something no one else could see. His gun lowered an inch, not enough to be safe, just enough to show he was cracking. Hayes kept his tone steady. "Talk now." The agent swallowed hard. 3 days ago, we intercepted a transmission, encrypted, military grade, but routed through a civilian network. It referenced the tomb and a breach in the guard rotation. Hayes exchanged a subtle glance with one of his operators. The agent continued, words tumbling out. "Someone inside the ceremonial regiment was passing coded location data to an unknown group. We thought it was foreign intelligence. His eyes darted toward the tomb guard, still standing perfectly still, rifle planted against his ribs. But when we ran the cipher again last night, it referenced him. A collective inhale rippled through the onlookers. The tomb guard finally spoke, slow, controlled. Agent, I am bound by oath. Every step I take, every second I stand here, is recorded and monitored. A breach of loyalty is impossible. The agent shook his head violently. You don't understand. The transmission matched his exact patrol cadence. Every step, every pivot. Someone copied his pattern. That got Hayes' attention. Copied? The agent nodded. They're planning something. Something big. And whoever's behind it wants it to look like the guard was involved. For the first time, the tension shifted, not toward violence, but toward the unsettling possibility that the agent wasn't crazy after all. Hayes lowered his weapon, but only slightly. The tomb guard stared straight ahead, and then he said 5 words that changed everything. Sir, someone else knows my pattern. A chill swept the plaza, because only a handful of people on Earth had access to that information. And if one of them had gone rogue, this was no longer about a standoff. It was about a breach at the heart of the nation's most sacred symbol. A hush fell over the plaza as the weight of the tomb guard's words settled. Hayes took a slow step closer. Explain. The guard didn't move his head, only his eyes. There was one person who knows my exact cadence, timing, stride length, and ceremonial sequence better than anyone else. The agent's eyes widened. Who? The guard exhaled, a controlled, measured breath. My former trainer, Staff Sergeant Mason Riker. The name hit Hayes like a blow. Riker, a legend among tomb sentinels, a man known for impossible discipline, and an abrupt, mysterious discharge 2 years ago. The agent clenched his jaw. Riker is off the grid. We've tracked fragments of his digital trail, burner phones, encrypted pings, but every time we get close, he vanishes. The tomb guard continued. Riker trained me. He taught me every pivot, every step. If someone replicated my cadence perfectly, his gaze shifted toward the marble walkway he'd spent years marching. It was him. Suddenly, a buzz crackled over Hayes' comms. A SEAL operator leaned in, whispering urgently. Hayes' expression darkened. Say that again? The operator repeated. Sir, we picked up a heat signature, not civilian-sized, full gear, watching from the tree line. The FBI agent's blood ran cold. Hayes' eyes snapped to the guard. The guard's fingers tightened on his rifle, not in fear, but in readiness. Riker, he said quietly. And before anyone could react, a distant metallic click echoed from the shadows beyond the plaza. A sniper's bolt cycling. Crowds ducked, SEALs spun, forming a shield wall. Hayes raised his fist. Eyes up, we've got a shooter. The FBI agent dropped behind a column, shouting, he's targeting the guard. He wants to finish the setup. Hayes barked orders, operators moving with lightning precision. But the tomb guard? He didn't take cover. He stepped forward, deliberate, unflinching, the way he'd stepped every day for years, the way Riker had trained him. And from the tree line, a faint voice carried on the wind, rough, familiar, and filled with betrayal. Let's see if you remember your training, Sentinel. A glint of metal flashed. The sniper fired. The sniper's shot cracked through the air like a lightning strike. Gasps erupted. A mother screamed. A tourist dropped their phone. But the tomb guard had already moved, not wildly, not desperately, Precisely. One step, exactly 1 inch off his normal cadence, the same adjustment Riker had drilled into him years ago for evasive maneuver training. The bullet tore through the space where his head had been. Hayes shouted, "Contact left! Move!" 2 SEALs dropped to a knee, returning suppressive fire toward the tree line. Another pair flanked wide, sprinting for cover with swift, silent efficiency. The FBI agent peeked behind the column, stunned. He knew the exact adjustment. Hayes replied without looking back. He wasn't dodging the bullet. He was predicting Riker. Another shot rang out, this one closer, angrier. The guard didn't flinch. He took another slow, deliberate step, placing himself between